Yes, sir. Are you a tracker?
No, I am not.
Okay.
I'm a news guy.
This is usually how trackers look.
No. You have the distinction of having worked with a number of government agencies which could be regarded as a positive or a negative. The libertarians will say it's bad for the Fourth Amendment that you have worked with the NSA and the CIA, for example. So this is not a gotcha question. How do you respond to the fact that you've been deeply embedded with agencies that some people aren't too keen on?
Well, one of the things that I did while I was working with the CIA and the NSA is encourage them to be as transparent as possible about all of their activities, because if people don't understand what's going on, they cannot support what's going on. And frankly, the CIA and the NSA can be more transparent than they have been. But I would also say that as you think about the events over the last several days, we should be very grateful that we have people in the CIA and in the NSA who are tracking would-be terrorists wherever they are in the world. It is important that we have people who focus on dangers in the world and in our homeland. And that is what the CIA and the NSA do. That doesn't mean that every single part of the Patriot Act is appropriate or necessary or even helpful. But it does mean we cannot pretend that dangers do not exist in the world. Dangers do exist in the world. And we have many enemies. And we need to know who they are and what they intend. Here's a scary thought. Here's something that troubles me more than what the CIA and the NSA are doing. We have more IRS agents today than we have CIA or FBI personnel. Does that trouble you? It troubles me. You know why we have so many IRS agents? Because we have a 73,000-page tax code. 4,000 changes since 2001 alone. And Republicans and Democrats alike have presided over the increasing complexity in the tax code. It's one of the reasons we ought to go from 73,000 to 3. Not only because people can understand it, not only because it levels the playing field between people who can hire accountants and lawyers and people who can't, but you don't need as many IRS agents when you only have a 3-page tax code. And I actually wish that libertarians would get focused on the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. You know what that is? Nobody's ever heard of it. You know what? Buried in Dodd-Frank. Buried in Dodd-Frank was the creation of a brand new federal government bureaucracy, which by statute, Congress has no oversight over. And do you know what the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is doing? It is sifting through hundreds of millions of credit reports of Americans, the most sensitive, personal, and financial information, and they are searching for evidence of fraud. This is a vast bureaucracy, literally, over which no one has oversight. And they are digging around in people's personal financial information. That troubles me deeply. It is one of the reasons Dodd-Frank has to be repealed, because we have created a whole series of terrible consequences, including the increasing power of a smaller number of huge Wall Street banks, 1,590 community banks that have gone out of business, and this vast bureaucracy that nobody has any oversight over, digging through people's personal information. That troubles me a lot.
We've covered it, and it's even worse than I thought.
Yes, it is even worse than we thought.
Croc TV.